Well, I'm going to the city and I'm gonna do a city show. And I know all my fans wanna learn how to make some dough. I've been cruising up and down for trades each and every night. And with my iPhone reclining, I know we're gonna get it just right. I'll get inside your mind, we'll have a real good time. We're gonna trade today, we gotta trade today. Go askSlim.
Hi, I'm Steve Miller. Call me Slim. And this is the askSlim Market Week. It's a look back at what happened in the financial markets in the past week, and a look forward at what might happen in the next week, and hopefully lots of great ideas and opportunities for you throughout this show. Well, the stock market maintained its very weak character last week as every attempted rally was met with aggressive selling. Investors are clearly concerned about slowing world economies as data from China and the Eurozone continues to weaken. And even here in the U.S., PMI numbers have weakened. And in China, productivity is moving down at quite a sharp rate. In China, retail sales growth slowing to the lowest level in 15 years. And then we have France with the protests going on, and their PMIs coming out below the 50 number, showing potential business activity contraction there, as those yellow vest protests are bleeding actually into other countries, as people plainly are fed up with the welfare state. There is just a ton of stuff going on throughout this world. It's just amazing that the stock market is easing its way back down to the lows and not in panic mode. And there are so many things that are happening. And even favorable news out of the trade war between U.S. and China. When they are talking and China rolls back those punitive taxes that they put on autos. Well, that can't even lift the stock market. They're even buying our soybeans again. Nobody's very happy about that. And clearly, they are feeling that China, the negative effects of this trade war between the Chinese and the U.S. There are indications of problems in so many areas. Money has been flowing out of significant funds here at a very, very fast rate. The rating companies are aggressively moving these leverage loans, or what were triple A's, down to junk status at really record levels. They don't want to get caught again like they did before, not changing the ratings on things, and that is causing huge outflows that we're seeing in leverage loan funds, and we're seeing record outflows last week in the stock market in funds. So there's a lot of money moving out, and maybe the biggest reason for this heavy stock market that we're seeing is simply investor angst over the recent declines in the market, in the indexes, and declines in their account balances, with a record level of indebtedness created by this 9-year bull, and with most participants needing to be long and participate in this bull market that went for some 9 years. Market drops, well, they hurt big, and that's due to the leverage situation that they are in. I want you to watch my new video that was published yesterday on the stock market, our big picture analysis. I go over 9 talking points. I give you 30 charts and slides. I talk about everything that is really important to this market and why this stock market has the problems that it has right now. The viewer comments coming in have been amazing. A masterpiece. They say it's fantastic. And one person put me on a level of the great Richard Russell, the holder of Dow Theory, and I was a huge fan of him over the years, and the comments have been great. This is a video you really want to watch. It's long, it's deep, and it's for our members. So please do become a level 2, 3, or 4 member and watch that video, and I think you're going to get a good feel for how I can support the reason that I think that this market not only is in trouble now, but has more trouble to come. And last summer, we suggested that September would be the beginning of some weakness that would go into November, and December could see a rally back into January. Now, our work shows the conditions are even worse. And though a rebound is likely coming, some kind of a bounce, we don't know from what low levels that will come from. And we don't think it will be able to last anywhere near as long as we had shown before. This is a market that has a very, very difficult time holding up and is extraordinarily weak. And I will show you in that big picture analysis of the stock market, when you do watch it, the kind of damage that has been done and what to expect moving forward. It's a stock market that has very, very big issues. We saw it coming, and it may be even worse. Let's take a look at our 60-minute chart of the S&P 500, and you can see what happened this week and what was driving markets. And here you can see the gray area is the overnight area, and the white area is the regular pit trading time period. Here on Monday, you could see we actually had a rally overnight. That was after this downside gap as Prime Minister May canceled the Brexit vote. China media came out and they were separating the Huawei arrest from the trade issue. The markets like that, and we got a pretty good move up in here. But then Qualcomm won an injunction against Apple, and iPhone sales, certain ones, were banned in China, and that brought a big decline here in the Apple and the NASDAQ and the market. But we had a good rebound, you could see late in the day here on Monday. Monday in here, U.S.-China talks resumed. They agreed to cut those auto tariffs, and the markets jumped overnight strongly on the upside. You see a resemblance to the previous day on Monday. News came out here that POTUS was going to condemn China on hacking and economic espionage and threatened to shut down the government over the wall. And, of course, traders did not like that. Another big wave of selling that you can see right there. And then a slight rebound as we got late in the day. But as you could see, Monday, a big wave of selling. Tuesday, a big wave of selling. And Wednesday was a big wave of selling. And that was after the president confirmed that the U.S. and China were talking on the phone. And he said he would step in and intervene on the Huawei issue. And Italy, they came out with a big progress on their budget. And UK May, the no confidence vote came, or the confidence vote, and she the news was that she had the vote to stay, and she did get that, but in a very weakened state. And again, we have another big down wave here on Wednesday. Here, China overnight retaliates on the Huawei CFO arrest and takes the second Canadian in custody, and the markets got sold off on that. The ECB news came out. They're ending QE as expected, but they will maintain their balance sheet. In other words, they won't let it go down. Something rolls off, they'll put it back. And they said that they expected a weaker economy. They held policy, negative interest rate policy, their overnight bank rates at negative 0.4%. So they haven't caught on yet to the fact that when you have no interest rates, you have a money trap that sets, and you can't get economic growth. So how could so many people be running these economies that just don't know? Where do they learn this crap that they run this stuff on? And here you could see that we get on Thursday, the market slips for most of the day. And every single day this week, as you see Friday, the market moved down. We had significant selling waves in the market as investor angst is just huge. And they start to unroll a lot of these positions that they have had for all of these years. Here we have China, the Euro, and the Eurozone data overnight showed a slowing, and the Euro was hit hard, and the dollar moves up. Dollar very strong relative to the analytical work that we do. And Johnson & Johnson in here really led the market down, as there was news, and I'll show you the chart in a little bit, that they have had asbestos fibers in their baby powder And so that stock fell 10% quickly. It knocked the Dow down about 450, and the market has not really been able to recover as we're just past the midday point here on Friday. You can see the immense weakness in here and how rallies just cannot hold whatsoever in here. This is a market that is showing you the kind of sellers that are out there. This is a chart in here that has cycles on it, cycle analysis. This is a weekly chart that we're looking at right over here on AVGO, which is Broadcom. Now on the bottom are the ideal cycles. This is if every single low came in the exact spot and it rolled over on the top. Where it rolls over and where it peaks is important for analysis and messaging. And you can see this important bottom and this important bottom, each of those came perfectly over here. And look at this bottom right over here and this big upside move. Earnings just really great. Analysts upgrading the stock mostly, though that there's some that got a little nervous as it got up here. You see this big head and shoulders top in here. We really believe that was a major top. It still likely is, but the stock is in good shape right now as these patterns turn positive. You note this upward green arrow right over here? We've had that in there for some period of time, which is telling our subscribers that this is a positive configuration, and we expected it to move up one more time, and you can see that. So now we're looking for up here to get to about 267 in here. That's only about 10 more points. If it does better than that, it's going to be a very healed stock. At this point, we don't expect that, and we expect that at some point that head and shoulders top is going to matter, or else it will plainly fail if it doesn't. So if it gets much over that major 78.6%, we're going to think it's in much better shape. But right now, we'll look for about another 10 points on the upside there in Broadcom, which gains 13% on the week in this very tough week for the stock market.
You have just watched the opening of the Market Week show. To watch the complete show, just go to the askSlim website and become a Level 1 member. It's no cost to you. It includes Slim's cycle analysis on the best and worst stocks for the week, plus his analysis on the short-term view for the coming week. There is always a lot to learn about markets, technical analysis, and potential trading and investment opportunities. You get the full Market Week, including the archives, special viewing of premium videos, sneak peeks to new product launches, and more specials along the way. Just become free an askSlim Level 1 member.